Yeah, but shouldn't I have a background thing on?
No, we'll do another one. We'll do another day because I don't have makeup on, but just so that
By
we
the way, you need to have your hair down all the time and put makeup on because dang girl,
I look different, eh?
just saying you look hot.
I know, that's what I say when I look so different because this is my work brain mode. Like
Yeah.
when I do my videos, I made my video on Monday this week because when I have to make videos, I make them all the same day. I might change my clothes, but
Yeah.
I do my hair and put my makeup on because I don't wash my hair every day anymore. I wash my hair like twice a week, maybe sometimes 3 times. So
Yeah.
I'm in grunge mode a lot, right? So when I have
Right.
to make a video, I do them all the same. So I hear you. I look so, and I don't wear a lot of makeup, but when I do my
Oh
hair,
my God. But you need, like, I'm just saying, if when you do your Facebook and everything else, like you look completely different,
I know.
completely different.
I know, and I don't wear that much. But when I put my hair down, and I'm sure you get this too. I had a shower this morning, it's still wet when I put my hair up. I just have a total different energy. And camera like is usually above me properly. So it's a nicer like angle when I'm doing my uh
Yeah.
2 videos, right? Because I actually set my laptop in a certain spot and I have my microphone set up that my kids gave me the high-end microphone and I get the lighting right and whatever. And my kids taught me how to do that. And when I sent in my first video to the TV station, she goes, I don't have to edit anything. And like sometimes I have to do 4 or 5 takes. I might say a word weird or maybe take too much of a breath and she might speed it up. But other than that, she goes, man, like when you send your stuff in, boom. She goes, sometimes I can have it on the air like within an hour. But anyways, okay, so here we go. So just we're doing this as a trial run.
Impromptu.
Okay, so
Let's say impromptu. So my biggest breakthrough or aha moment from information in
from
my personal
working
life
with me. Yeah.
is in my digital alchemy guidebook, um, is I would say with this is the first thing that comes to my head is that with Tamron's help, especially in using astrology and the oils, but especially the astrology part makes me become more aware of myself, learn more about myself, and makes me think more about something that I hadn't even thought about before. It becomes more eye-opening. What I like about working with Tamron is that the fact that, first of all, her flexibility to work with my schedule, um, and that she is very detail oriented, and knows all, like she knows her stuff. So she knows her astrology, she knows the oil, she knows entrepreneurial, things about working and getting your business going. And um and she really takes the time to dig and delve into every aspect to make you more successful. Then what would I say to someone who's looking to work with Tamron? I would say by all means, yes, because even if you already have your own business plan and everything that you've already lined out, there are going to be things that you haven't thought of that she has. There's going to be that astrology hack kind of little nuances of trying this or trying that. That's or even just doing a smudging or using essential oils that actually you're like, oh yeah, that worked, and it actually all of a sudden will change either your perspective, your outlook, or your receptiveness to other things that are going on around in your own life. Um, let's see. And then the other 3 words, I haven't gotten to that point yet, but my first thought, I would say the first thing I wrote down just a moment ago, I would say is eye-opening. Because again, there are things that she's looking at in your chart that either if you're an astrologist or not, there are things that you're like going, oh, yeah, and it's that little spark of information from Tamron that makes you go, oh yeah, let's try that. Let's try this. And it puts a whole different shift into your success and, um, again, outlook and perspective, because, so many times we all want to just go on that same, this is what we do every day. This is part of our routine. But then sometimes when something you learn about yourself that you didn't know about will spark a change. And it's being and accepting that welcoming change that kind of changes your whole, I want to say, your success of your business and of your life. So,
That is cool. Couple more.
oh, I didn't see
On the
these.
next page. No, it's the next page. That's okay.
Okay. What deep emotional issue did I overcome or release?
Anything from using the Bach flower remedies.
Well, yeah, I would say one thing I released, I would say, and this is also part of the journey that I've been working on for the last few years, but this is, I would say, additional past pain or fear with things that I've released. And now because of that, I have now gained more confidence.
Yay, love.
So, and then what has changed in my outer world? I would say, well, see, I physically felt, so I physically feel a lot, being in a water sign. And so I would say a lot of it, I would just feel a lot of aches and pains and things like that. But now, kind of going through everything, I now feel lighter and more in control. Um, and not so, I would say not so tired all the time, because I used to be tired all the time.
Yay.
And what was it that Tamron helped you with that was different from working with other astrologer coaster? Okay, healers in the past. I think it's multiple aspects. Again, it's the um I like the fact that this was a different, because I've done a lot of different things in the past, but I would say the astrology, the oils, and other suggestions like of smudging or writing things down during a new moon and a full moon. Um, because they kind of, it's something I never would have put together on my own, but because she's already done that. And she also uses, I like the Canva presentations, that's personalized to you. Um, Makes you think about things, and it ties all of those things together, and it just makes you feel lighter, and like, oh, I got this, I can get this done, I can get that done, because it's just a different perspective. And if, as long as you're willing to change, you're going to see massive changes. So that's why I like working with Tamron.
Yay, thank you. And one thing in closing, do you feel that having like your own personalized digital guidebook with all of your information of, what your intention was and, what I felt might help you and whatever, do you feel that by having that Canva link that you can access forever, that it's like a
Yes.
template for you that
Yes.
you'll always
Because,
be able to look at?
and especially since working with Tamron for the last 6 or 7 months, you kind of forget like what happened in the very beginning and things like that. So it's going to be nice, to go back and reflect and review. And because if there was anything that I didn't write down or I didn't, do right after, or say, our meeting, I can always go back to it and review it and reflect it. And just reconnect with it. So,
Because I put your homework in your guidebook. So you'll
yeah,
always have that. And the reason why I did that is because even for myself, I found that sometimes when life gets busy or we're going through something, that we forget what we used before to just bring us
right.
into balance. And so I thought I'll just create your own version so that, again, you can always say, oh, yeah, that's why she told me to use frankincense, or that's why that remedy worked, or whatever, because
Right.
I gave it to you as this is your go to. These are your
Yeah.
simple but yet powerful remedies that are just aligned with you
Yeah.
and your chart so that when you feel out
Yeah.
of whack, you just go back to that.
It's 100% personalized, and it's nice because, yeah, you go back and you review it and reflect it, and then it's just during that whole time, you're kind of already forgotten. Like, you go back and like, oh, what did we do? Oh, we did this. Oh, yeah, I felt great when I did that. And it's just, it's also part of the healing process too. So, because it's going to get you on that trajectory. And as long as you also, that's what's key about doing the full moon and new moon, is filling out those forms, just filling out top of mind, because I always feel like the universe is watching anyway. So, when you write that down, it's just gonna, you know, I want to say take off, or, I mean, it's like the universe is listening. So yeah. And then that's when you're going to see the biggest changes. Again, as long as you're welcome to change and open to it, um, that's when you're going to see the, like, things manifest in your life that you weren't even planning on,
Exactly.
so.
Yeah. And so one final suggestion for you is, I don't know if you wrote it down personally, and it might even be in your guidebook, but usually within 6 months, whatever new moon prayer that you wrote on a new moon, 6 months later,
Oh, okay.
it usually has manifested.
Let's
So I
see.
keep copies of mine, but it may be in your personal notes that I took. I'd have to look it up, but you might have it too. But it'd be interesting to see what you wrote down, because I know we did an intention for you in the
You
beginning.
did, and I know, and it's like with everything with the move and all of this. And of course, it's hard to do this with one hand, so hold on, I gotta put you down.
Okay.
Um, because again, with the move, and I had to make sure everything was pristine, but even though I have everything in my cabinet here.
I think I know what it was, because it was in your intake questionnaire too, I think we wrote.
And
I still have that on file.
it's funny though, because there's like things in here, I'm like, wait, why? Yeah. I don't want to be taking up your time, but
No worries. My next call's in half an hour. I'm good.
um, here we go, hold on. Is it this one? Oh my gosh, I'm feeling the frankincense.
It'll
Okay.
open your crown chakra, by the way. Big time.
Oh, Lordy. Okay. I know I had a handwritten sheet that was loose. I think I got first before I wrote in the book, but hold on, I have the book. Okay.
Oh, in your journal. That's where you put it. Yeah, that's right.
This is interesting. But I know I have I'll look for the handwritten paper, and I'll
Okay.
send it to you. I'll send you a screenshot of it when I find it.
Okay, that's cool. That's why I love writing stuff in my journal, because even if I was to look back, what's your date you have in yours? Because I have my copy, so it'll be in my, like, not about you, but it'll be about me. So it would have been, well, I posted that in February.
See, I know I have a February, and it's loose. It's a loose piece of paper. This one is March 14th.
Yeah, because we didn't start working until March because you were traveling. So we waited until you got back. That I remember. It's in my calendar too.
Okay.
But new moon, what did I write here? Bonus content for clients. Oh yeah, the bingo I wrote that I didn't give to you.
I don't know where my new moon is.
Yeah, I have it. February. Oh, listen.
Oh, wait. I think I found it.
Monday, February the 28th, I wrote down. I can show, this is in my journal I wrote, I can speak my love or appreciation by sending out Barbara's gift box this week as well. So I went on Thursday and I mailed it and it got back. You would have got it by time. you got back from your trip, because we did not start until March. New moon in Pisces alters fate. The new moon in Pisces was the end of February, and I wrote, the new moon in Pisces alters fate, committing to a new story of yourself, commit to a change, reduce sugar. Oh, and I wrote, my commitment to change was to reduce sugar and daily yoga and do the priming exercise. And oh, the magic bean that I got at the Willow Springs volunteer meeting, and I was thinking it was a Jack and the Beanstalk, about planting that seed for the new moon in Pisces, and to see where that is 6 months later. Yeah. And I wrote down my remedy that I made too. I used agrimony, cherry plum, crab apple, chestnut bud, and beech. Fresh new start, March the 1st. So you and I started around there.
Yeah, and I did find a full moon release on 3/17, but I
March.
also had another one on 3/14.
Okay, let me see what I have here. I don't write in it every day. Okay, Wednesday, March 16th. Boom, boom, boom. Sunday, March 13th. Full moon. Sunday, March 13th, full moon. The essential oils for that week, I was using lime, cilantro, and lemongrass, so that's what I was putting in my newsletter. Still calling myself a spiritual business coach back then. And then trying to figure out how I was going to use the word alchemy, create my contest flyer and send an email out. Yeah, because of that contest flyer, that got me on my TV show.
Oh, wow, that's funny.
Because they said, oh no, we can't do that. Oh yeah, look, Sunday, March 20th, the spring equinox. So here we go. This is what I was looking the other day. Equinox is this weekend. 6 months ago, Barbara, second Saturn return. So we must have done, oh, the why Simon Sinek, we talked about Simon Sinek on the spring equinox, understanding your why. And on that same spring equinox, and I even have it in here for me, it's hard for you to see, was when I had a conversation with the woman about the local TV show, and I put her business card, I taped it right into my journal. And I emailed her on the Sunday, March 20th. And now 6 months later, my show, I have a half an hour show for women's empowerment. That's leaps and bounds.
Yes.
Even though it's not a paid position, it's free exposure, which is what my business coach from last year said. Free exposure is, that's what she said. Why pay for PR and media? You'll spend $30,000-$50,000 minimum. That's what celebrities do. They pay for marketing. They pay for that service to get you out in the stratosphere. And she taught us how to do it for free.
This is so funny. And what were you talking about before? This was my somewhat started coloring, but not as good as yours.
Oh, the adult coloring book.
That's so funny because I found that, this is all in, and I have another one here.
Oh,
and
wow.
I'm trying to find that one loose piece of paper.
Well, you have to take a photo of it and send it to me.
Yeah, because I'm finding all kinds of other stuff and on my
all kinds of treasures.
Yeah, I'm finding all stuff that I haven't looked at in 3 months because of all this craziness. But okay, I'll tell you this. So this one came before this one. March 14th. I would like to say a prayer for, and I say, Tom, that the answers come to him for what is best for him and what he seeks for career happiness.
6 months later.
Yeah. Samantha, that she will get it sooner than later. I just wrote that yesterday too. And so she still hasn't gotten it.
That's all right. It's gonna take her time. That's her pattern. Come on.
I know. Today I acted kindly towards my family, friends, and extended family by listening more. And 3, I'm really proud of myself for keeping my cool and having patience during the computer data transfer. I guess I got a new Mac I think I got this Mac that I'm on now. I must have got it in this time because
Yeah.
transferring all your life and 10,000 photos, from my entire my kids' childhood into another computer. I was just so afraid it wasn't going to be there. I am inspired by God and my angels because for teaching me and giving me signs while meditating to listen more, be calm. I can speak my love appreciation by passing information on to others because that's my goal. I want to do.
Yeah.
One of those is helping others. 6, I forgive all those who have hurt me. I have learned to now surrender and let go of old past pain and to welcome in more joy and love. My immediate goal for tomorrow is listen more, study more. My long-term goal is to have a successful astrology, angel card reading, and meditation business so others can learn, be at peace, heal, overcome, release, and being in more love. Meaning I think the
Awesome.
world is, all they
Yeah.
want to do is they want to hate, they want to attack. I can't stand political ads and all that kind of stuff. So, and then the backside, I'm truly grateful for my life lessons as so far I have learned giving, listening, observing, hearing, tasting, seeing, fire, earth, air, and water, forgiveness, release of fear and worry, faith in God, strength, courage, love when it was difficult. Cancer that taught me to slow down, become more spiritual. And
Awesome.
then I wrote this 3 days later. Interesting because I wrote it on a piece of paper and then I wrote it in here. But this one, I think this was the full moon release, whereas this was the journal. So
Oh,
the full
yeah.
moon release, I wrote down, I am releasing feelings of negativity, worry, not accomplishing enough. I am releasing mental thinking patterns of always thinking. It's a ruminating mind, it's a squirrel brain. I am releasing
Get that.
behavioral patterns of reacting too quickly, which I've done really well at that. So, and
Oh,
I'm,
did we put crabapple in your remedy? It might be in there.
I think we did.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crabapple.
I am releasing my limited beliefs around that I am not good enough, worthy, or knowledgeable. That's what I
Awesome.
wrote in that. But yeah,
Yay.
yeah. And I did get to 629. Um,
But your
so
journal might last you a couple of years, because you
oh
don't write
yeah,
it every
it
week.
will because my
Yeah.
last one was 629. I started to write 713 and then nothing's in there.
Yeah. So I hear you, but that's why I like reflecting later because it's fun to look back. It is
Yeah,
so fun because even me looking back at mine too, I'm like, wow, that was 6 months ago.
right,
And so I
right.
got to look at what I take a photo and I keep it on my phone. So it'll be on this phone when I do my new moon and my full moon templates. I
Yes,
can go look mine up on my phone and see what new moon I intended. What was my intention on the
yes,
moon on the equinox?
yes,
And it might even be in my phone. And to see, because usually it will manifest. So that was March, we said, right? The new moon,
yes.
March 21st. So I'm gonna just see if it's on this phone because it would either be on here or my iPad, and then I gotta go. So March. Oh, March 22nd. I'm going too fast here.
Oh, this might have been the first one. I thought it was a loose piece of paper. What do I want to release? Fear and quote, I'm not sure. Um, I'm releasing feelings of physical pain, emotional pain, self-doubt, fear, worry, not being good enough, not successful. I'm releasing mental thinking patterns of worry, ruminating thoughts, I am not loved. I'm releasing behavior pattern of thinking I am not worth the love, thinking I am not worth the money. I am releasing my limited beliefs around not being enough and not being loved.
That's a woman's issue. I write that a lot. And I find the remedies really help with that.
Yeah.
March 19th. Let me see if I have March 23rd, March 11th. Darn. No, I don't have it here. It might be on my iPad. I was taking pictures of these steaks. That's so funny. March 19th. Oh man, old photos of my golf clubs that I found. March 23rd.
Yes, you did say crabapple.
Yeah, crab apple is
I
in there.
found it.
That's probably why you feel more confident now and you're not so quick to jump. That's crab apple.
Yeah.
And I give that to a lot of women. That is what I call a woman's remedy because women, okay, and this is the moon. Women, when women say to me, I'm not jealous of other women, I go, you're so full of shit. That's your moon.
Yeah.
That is your dark moon. Like jealousy is a natural thing because jealousy makes us want to gain that in ourselves. So it's a healthy reflection as long as we don't, you know, do whatever. Because if you're to look at what your opposite moon sign is in your astrology, I bet you that's what you wish you had that somebody else has. And that's
Uh,
normal because you
I
can't
don't
be everything.
I don't look at it as jealousy though. Here's the thing. What my first instinct is, I'm
Yeah.
not jealous. I just feel that
You had it.
I'm not good enough to
That's
be what
right.
she has. You
That's
know
right.
what I'm saying? So I'm not jealous necessarily per se of what that person has, but I'm like, okay, what am I doing wrong that I don't have that?
Right.
Um, or I
Yeah.
don't,
Or you
yeah,
don't have.
yeah.
Yeah, I
So,
get that. So yeah, and that's normal, but we don't want to hold on to that because then
right,
you can get aggressive. Like,
right.
yeah, because
Yeah.
if you have like, I'm just thinking out loud, but if you have like your moon sign in Mars, like
Mine's,
you can
oh,
be
what do you mean in Mars?
like your moon sign or in not in Mars, in a fire
Yeah,
sign. Your moon sign in like say Aries.
right,
That can be a bitch. There
right.
could be
Oh, mine's in Taurus. Mine is, I feel safe and secure when I know I have money in the bank.
so do I,
When
as a
when the
Capricorn.
bills are paid off and I know everything is paid for them, whatever for this month, and then I'm like, okay.
I
You
hear
know,
you. So,
that's
yeah,
my moon in Taurus because Tom thinks that I'm bugging him for not like making enough or I go, no, no, no. I just want to pay the bills. I don't, I don't get on you for that. That's what he interprets it as. But no, I just heard it as like, okay, I just got to make sure that we don't get something that,
yeah,
bounces or whatever, like it says a negative or we didn't pay or whatever, or we forgot to pay or something.
yeah, I hear you.
So,
So that's where I
yeah,
know that's where I'm at, that I got to turn around. It's
yeah.
turning around, Barbara. It's
Yeah.
turning around. When I get some wild news, I will message you though.
Yes,
Because
you
we've
have
been
to.
talking about, and I know you've been seeing it, but it has
Yes.
to, when it becomes a reality, then I will send you a private email.
Okay.
You've
Sounds
been
good.
you've been hearing it for 6 months too. So
I know. No, I see. This is the thing. People think it's weird, but I love seeing people's I love hearing their stories. I love seeing all their pictures. So people are like, "Oh, you don't want to see my pictures?" I'm like, "Yes, I do." I'm like, I'm one of those weird, rare people, but I want to see your vacation photos, or I want to see, that because I go sometimes if it's vacation, I might want to go there someday.
yeah, that's Neptune. That's Neptune.
So,
Yeah.
yeah,
And I have Neptune in my first house, which is the PI, the photography, the
I
detective.
love taking photos. I
So
have
do
my
I.
own, I have a DLR camera. I
Yeah.
have two of them.
Yeah.
And God, all I'm smelling right now is frankincense.
Well, it's in your blood now.
Oh my God.
It's an amazing oil. I will say you got to get used to it. Put it on your wrist if you can't put it on your tongue because you need that in your bloodstream as a cancer survivor, is all I want to say.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, that's a
Yeah.
powerful
Because
oil.
since we came back yesterday, I was kind of not looking forward to it because I thought, okay, well, I'm going to feel crappy again because right now I feel really tired.
Yeah.
And when we've been in, other places, I get more energy. And so I just want to take a nap. But
Yeah.
so but I keep thinking, okay, 9 more days, I'm gonna be counting down the days that I feel better.
Yeah, I
So we
hear.
actually run into a few other people that have had the same thing, have said they've had to move because of high elevation.
I believe it. I actually got really sick and I gotta go soon because I have another call.
Yeah,
But
you
when
got,
I
yeah.
went to Austria with my, good friend, and that's the only time I've ever gone overseas because we flew, and then within a couple of days we were on a train going to like the highest mountain peak in the world. Like I can't remember the name of that.
Zugspitze, the Zugspitze?
No, it was
Oh,
Bear, like something Bears. It was like where all the like top people go. And
okay.
we skied there. I skied for 2 days and I said to her, I don't ski. And she's like, oh, no problem. And I'm like, I am holding you guys back so bad. I said, and I couldn't move my legs on the third morning. I said to her, I think I'm just going to go get a massage. Like they needed to go ski. These people
Yeah,
are
yeah,
professional skiers. And I'm like, whatever. But on the way down, because you're bouncing across mountain tops, even when you're going to these all afternoon
yep,
trails or whatever, um, I didn't realize that the sickness that I was feeling, I thought I picked up a bug. But on the flight home, after doing all that traveling, being in high elevation, and then coming back down on the train and getting on a plane and going home, I got so sick on that plane. And then I read something like a year later, like it was just an odd thing when I was studying holistic remedies that that high elevation was too much for my lungs and my heart. And
yeah,
I was sweating on
yeah,
the coming home. I was so sick. And
yeah,
some people can't take that. And I said to her, Suzanne, that's what I had. And she goes, and I
yeah,
can't remember, I read it to her and she goes, that sounds like you. You had all the symptoms, whatever, like high elevation, too much too
yeah.
fast for me. It's just, I get sick on a plane. I get sick on a
Yep.
plane.
I do
So,
too. I do too. Yeah, I always have to have the windows open on the side because I have to see where the plane is turning.
yeah,
If I don't, my inner ear and especially my right, the equilibrium gets thrown off. So if it's turning right and I think it's turning left, I get nauseous and I'll throw up.
yeah.
So that's,
And
I
I
have to,
get jet lag.
yeah.
So you probably got a little bit of jet lag too.
Yeah. And then the heart issue I've been having, before we left for Philly, I've been having a lot of palpitations lately. I told my sister that last week and, where all of a sudden I get like a rapid and then it goes away.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, then put the breathe on your chest too.
okay. Yeah, because I have that
That's
spot on my
peppermint. It'll help to open that up. So
okay. Cool.
awesome. Okay, chick, that was awesome. So I will good luck with your move. I will keep in touch and I'll be in the Facebook group. But once you move and get settled or whatever, then you'll see
Yeah.
stuff happening in the Facebook group too in the community. So you can always connect with me in there too. And I'll be doing like so the full moon gatherings out of the group out of there. So I'm gonna go live inside the group. I'm gonna get that going. So everything's going to be in there. The only thing that's going to be separate is workshops or events that people pay for or private clients. That's just going to
Right.
be. So we'll see where it goes. A
Okay.
lot's going to happen. I feel like I'm going to be busy.
Yes, I think it's gonna happen. It's weird, but I think it's gonna happen. I know it sounds strange, but when Mars goes into retrograde,
Okay, that's cool. I'll have
which
to
is
find
the end
out.
of, it's October 30th.
Oh, right. October 30th. That's
Yeah.
right. Okay.
Yeah. I think there's gonna be more stuff going on. I think also that here's the weird thing, and I don't want to say it, but too much or too loud or whatever for the universe
I
to listen.
hear you.
But they're talking about the economy. And so, you know,
Yeah.
don't know, but yeah.
Okay,
So,
so this is what I said too, and it's so weird that it happened because you and I have talked about it. It's in our recordings. I kept saying to my kids, I think something's going to happen in the economy when the queen dies.
yeah,
And I kept saying to my kids,
yeah,
I think the market's going to crash after the queen dies.
yeah.
It has something to do with her. And they think I'm
Joni's predicting it as well. Joni Patry has been predicting it. When I saw Mars retrograde coming in and all of that, it kind of makes sense. And because they keep raising the interest rates, at least for housing here. And so yeah, it won't surprise me. Um, and I think it's actually going to be beneficial, at least for us personally, because we will be in the apartment and we'll have our money, the mortgage will get paid off here. Because there's, but then we're going to have the rest of it into an account that's just going to sit there. until the house is ready. And I think things will change then. I have a feeling like right now we're supposed to be paying homage to our ancestors this month.
Yes.
So we're supposed to be, thanking them and all of that. And so my parents are coming into play a lot in my head. And I have a feeling it will get better. I don't want to say spring. I want to say like February, March, but
Yeah.
just before spring.
Yeah, that makes sense.
When the
And
new housing market starts to ramp up.
yeah, exactly.
So,
And that's what I said to my kids is ride it out. Like
right,
save your money. This is
right,
not the time to buy. I kept
right.
telling, I kept saying after the queen dies and
Yeah,
when the market starts to go down, you'll have the money and you'll have more choice, more opportunities, and the
yeah,
money available to
yeah,
buy what you want. And I
yeah,
think for me, like, the whole cleansing of the house or whatever was, recognizing that I'm not selling is the value of this place. Like to replace this property, it'll never happen again. If I was to sever it, it will take away from the beauty and the magic of having two pieces of property put together. So even when the market goes down, that's fine. The market value might go down, but the actual value of this property is still going to be majestical and
right,
magical. And you
yeah,
can't ever take that away. And
right.
that's what I feel good about. It's the, okay, universe. It's like, so I said to myself, kind of like in my own meditation, is I think the challenge for me was making that decision. And then it was like, the only way I could describe it is like I finally just had to financially grow up.
Yeah,
And that's being very blunt. But
yeah,
that's part of that Capricorn in me, whereas a Capricorn are late bloomers. They're successful much later in life. Like the
right,
success comes later.
right.
And so I went through all these ups and downs and the craziness or whatever, because
Yep,
now I have something where I feel confident as even more of a leader now. Like I feel like I'm more of a leader as like I
yep,
have a voice and I have stories and things I can share and say, but I survived.
right.
Success isn't about how much money I made, it's what I went through, and
To
I'm
get
still
there.
sane. Like I
Right.
still like my shit's still together,
Yeah,
right? Right?
yeah,
That's a
yep,
Capricorn.
yep,
And they're like, "Well, what did you do?" "Oh, well, I didn't drink. I don't, do a lot of heavy drugs,
yeah,
I take
yep,
remedies and I drink essential oils and I drink a lot of tea and I
yeah,
do my yoga and my meditation. What else is there?"
yeah,
Right?
yep. You gotta go. I'm only
Okay.
looking at the time. I could keep talking, you know
I
me.
know, we're
I'm
recording.
being quiet and listening and
I
observing.
hear ya. I'm just gonna go pee and get on my next call. Okay,
Okay,
I'll be in touch, chick. Thanks so much.
okay, thank you.
Bye.
Bye.